go on the ground. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
No, check, Patriot! Patriot!
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Mayfield. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. Lockett. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And his kick here is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 19.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Able to slither by. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, LA. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Green.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield. He's got Lockett. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hurry up, here we go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Set! Green, 39!
And they'll run it here. And he's got this one down to the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Extra point safely through. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
We got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Leopard! Leopard!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 15, and they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. Oh, that's it. That's it, baby.
They run it again with Cook. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Cook. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
There it is, kid. There it is. Baby.
Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer.
And, yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
They go for just one here as it's up and good, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Now let's go.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Cardinals, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return.